Now that I have words and images added to my video, I'm ready to start looking at some of the video elements. And so I'm going to start with timing in Adobe Express. So I'm going to make it so that my cursor is all the way back here. And I'm going to hit play. I'm going to see how I do. Do I have enough space for the words? Is it long enough? So I'm going to play. I'm going to read out loud to make sure. Was the U.S. justified in going to war? Ooh, that was too fast. Introduction, background information, who, when, where. Delete this picture and add one to... Whoa, it's going way too fast. I definitely need to change that. So I'm going to come over here and hit edit timeline. It may be that your screen already had this up. If you want to play from this view to be able to see it, all you have to do is move this line all the way back and it'll play from the beginning like I just did. Same thing. But we saw that each of these was too short. So I'm going to click on scene 1 and I'm going to click and I'm going to get where it has these 2 lines and I can stretch it. I'm thinking that maybe around 7 seconds might be about right for that very beginning. Let's see. Was the U.S. justified in going to war with Mexico? So now that I have adjusted the first one, I'm going to look at the second one. I think anytime that I have a sentence, especially a sentence that has any detail to it, it's going to need at least 10 seconds. I may well need more than 10 seconds. I'm going to put it back there and I'm going to check and see, is 10 seconds enough? Introduction, background information, who, when, where. Delete this picture and add one to match your information. So that was long enough to fit what I needed for that slide, but not too long. So if I had more words, I would need more than 10 seconds. So 10 seconds is probably the minimum you'll want with most slides that have words at least. Go ahead and edit the timing so that you are ready to move on to sound. Now that I have the words, the pictures, and I've adjusted the timing so I think it gives me enough time on each scene, I am ready to add sound. So I'm going to go over here to Media, and then I'll click on Audio, and I'm going to record a voiceover first. So I need to make sure I know where my voiceover is starting. I'm going to start it about here, where the word reason 1, hopefully it'll be an actual reason for you, but where reason 1 appears. So I'm going to click on Record Voiceover, and I'm going to first read the words that are on the slide, and then I'm going to describe the picture. Reason 1. First, type your reason here as a complete sentence. Add a picture that illustrates this reason. Whoops. You can see from these purple dots that my microphone is working. Maybe it's a little bit hot because it keeps on going into the red, so I can talk kind of quietly. We're going to start recording and it'll give me a countdown. Reason 1. Type your first reason here as a complete sentence. Add a picture that illustrates this reason. As you can see, the map shows that the United States is the dark part at the top where it says Texas, as well as the U.S. claiming the part that is striped. As President Polk said, quote evidence from the president from document A, add the same picture and talk about that. It seems like my timing is still a little bit off. I need to add a little more time, and I can see that as I am wanting to talk about a little bit longer. And so as you go with the voiceover, you'll need to come back and rearrange the timing. Going back and forth. And if you need it to spread out a little bit more, you can make it appear longer by moving the slider down here at the bottom. If you make something longer, like I made several of these longer, but let's see, this one especially needed to be longer. So I'm going to stretch that out. In a minute, you'll notice that there's no words here. So I have to go back to where there were words, click on the words, and stretch out the box for the words long enough. And this one does not have a title, so that is just fine. Once you have finished recording the voice, then you can look at other media, which is the music. And so there are several different pieces of music here. With the music, choose something that fits the mood of your essay. If you're talking about a war and how terrible it was, you probably don't want a very happy song that is like Bright Day. It would seem a little bit odd to have together. On the other hand, you might try something that is more bluesy or more downbeat. If you're looking for, so try to fit the mood of the music to what you are saying in the essay.